Hello all, we are here for one more lesson of this VariCAD 2016 training course, and the topic for this lesson is the attributes of solids. I will restart on one of the previous topics about the links from the assembly to part files and part files to assembly, and we'll show you how to work with the attributes having this link in mind. So to start, I will make one solid, a part. I will give the color red so that we can see the difference between a similar one that we are going to do after. So just do the OK. I will prepare this solid for future assembly, and we'll make some fillets. Okay, and now it's still not saved, but I will say this solid and this file will be a part, and I will insert this solid in one assembly file later. So objects, assemblies and identical copies. If you remember on the previous lesson where we talk about the links for assembly and part files, we've created the part file directly from the assembly with this function here. Now I will do this with other function, and in particular case define part to be inserted into assembly later. Okay, so solid to become part, because you see now this solid is nothing. Okay, and now you see it is a part, and I will save it. Okay, and call it red plate. Okay, save it. Now regarding the attributes, the concept is to give information to the solids, in this case just one solid, to give it information so that we can work with different levels later, and those levels are, for example, bills of materials, title blocks, exporting information to text files, a lot of things which we are going to see in the two remaining lessons. So for now I will just show you how to insert the attributes in solids and how to define that, but having these attributes on the proper places and so on, we will see in the next two lessons. So I can go here, objects, and if I go to attributes and bills of materials, I can define the attributes to a solid very easily in this function. But first we need to come to this function here, bills of materials, attributes and title block settings. Okay, even that we have a lot of information in this big dialog box, and a brief explanation it is, this dialog box shows the attributes we have, and it's a place where we can put new attributes and make the definition of each attribute type belonging to groups or not, and all these settings. Okay, and more important, it is this definition from where each attribute will be used. Okay, exported in title blocks, into tables or formatted text. Okay, this is a very important information. And there is one other important information, which is if it is required or not, independently of what is the platform where a certain attribute will be used. If it says required always, then every time you insert a solid, insert information for that solid, you must insert the information where required. The other ones not mandatory. You do it or not do it, okay? So basically we can have some definitions here, okay? Some of them will be seen when we fulfill the title blocks in bills of materials. So I will show you now only the example of creating one new attribute. So new attribute, it will open a new dialog box where we define all the informations for this attribute. This is something we will reply again later for the remaining topics. But as an example, we can give it a name. I don't know what, but we can call it, for example, we can call it example. And then this is the name. We can choose a type and values, okay? And I think the names are easy to understand. This is a general type where we can insert numbers, text, a lot of things. This is for calculating the mass, as the name says. You define the density and you calculate the mass. Surface area, okay, it's a calculation, for example, for painting areas and so on. This is something which you can say if it is a purchased item or a manufactured one, and it is treated in different ways. Number of objects, date, file. It can identify, for example, a file where the certain part it is. Material mass density, and the standard specification. You can say this is according to DIN or ISO, whatever it is, okay? Then when required, if it is always manufactured, purchase or not mandatory, if the output will be to tables, to text files on or whatever it is, or even for title blocks, and you have a configuration to define here. We will see this later. The belonging to a group or not. Copy values from assemblies. You can have identical parts. Sort criteria, not very important. Values from 3D solids or 2D area. You can have distances, sheet metal thickness, a lot of things. You can get a value and sum the items on the environment. Okay, show it in title blocks and make the configuration of it. And regarding file attribute value, so you can define a lot of things here. Say okay. Okay, I did not make all the description here. Okay, general text, and okay, and you have a new entry here, and then you can choose where to apply it. So I will not go now in this direction, okay? So basically here you can define new attributes or change the ones you have here. So when you are happy with this definition, just do the OK. And now you can come to this part and say attributes and say solid attributes. Okay, you define the solid, you get this window very similar to the previous one, but here you have all these tables here. Okay, enlarge a little this information, and here you have this symbol that says this information you must insert to complete the items that are required, and you can see here as always. So just click on the items and say okay, red quantity 1, it is okay. The weight we can calculate it, and for example steel kilos, it is okay. Material steel, date today, serial number 1234. Just inserting general information. Okay, scale, get 2D drawing scale. Tolerance, you can say whatever you want, DIN something, XXX. Okay, all the information is done. You confirm. Now you can save it, and we are okay. Let us do a similar and now faster process for a new item. change the color now. The exact same thing, and just do some fillets, the same process. Okay, and let us do the exact same. Just say define part to be inserted into assembly. Also this solid here, you can save it already, and you can call it this time blue plate. Perfect. Now you can insert also the attributes, solid attributes, to this solid, and you'll put informations about it. One, weight. Now let us say, for example, aluminum, kilos. Okay, material, aluminum, date today, serial 4321. Okay, scale, drawing scale. Okay, and tolerance. Now let us put ISO something. Okay, and do the OK, save it, and that's it. Now you can open a new file, okay, a clean one, and say it, insert objects from file, called the blue plate, and inserting this file here, it is here, just do the OK, and automatically this file becomes an assembly. Okay, so now just do the insertion of the other object, the red plate. Let us say on top of this 20. Very good. Okay, and let us insert, I will save it first, save as, assembly, save it, and I will insert now some parts from the libraries. For example, M20, let us say a big one, 70 on the length. Let's position it, and let us just say in the middle of this. Okay, insert it. I will change the color. Let's do a green one. Now you know that there is no hole in this plate, so I will make a hole. And do the same for this one. Okay, now I will insert a washer. Can be this one, for example, M20 also. The center of this, it seems perfect, and a nut, the basic one also, M20, insert and center. Let us see where it is, here, and change the color also for this and for this, and we are done. So let us save the assembly now. And if you see the attributes now, we need to insert attributes also for these items, because these solids have certain attributes defined because they are items from the library, but we need to insert certain information about certain parameters, like, okay, it can be steel, mass density from, okay, it doesn't matter what it is, the date 1, the serial, okay, let us say here, the scale, okay, 1/1, and the tolerance, you can put whatever you want. Okay, and that's it for the other items. So Basically, this is the kind of thing that you need to insert to all the solids you have in your screen, coming from a library or being built. Okay, but this is the kind of information regarding the attributes you need to make. Okay, very easy, very clear. We have a couple of functions also to confirm that everything it is done. And for example, one of the things we've done, it was assembly 3 scheme, where we can see for missing attributes, okay, and it will allow you to show which are the items that are missing with attributes and being whatever it is. So the process, it is this, okay, for all the items. In the next lessons we are going to see about how to grab this information and to use it in bills of materials and on text files, whatever it is. Okay, so I hope this example, being simple, has been clear enough so that you can use the attributes now for the next level of information regarding this bill of materials and title blocks.